Chapter 17 Vengeful Spirit. The fate of the sisters has been decided. Ryu now heads for the depths of Zarkon, determined to fulfill his vengeance once and for all. What's cracking with you people? Anansi here, and welcome back to Ninja Gaiden. In the last one, we, fought Alma for the second time and somehow saved her. Yeah, I'll admit that last cutscene, it's once again, is supposed to be one of those instances where it's done purely through expression. If you saw the last part where we saved Rachel, it's supposed to be implied that her sister Alma regained her humanity in like the last minute of the fight, and that somehow the dragon sword has something to do with that, well, the true dragon sword anyway. But here's the problem with that. They don't, and it's one of those things where I kind of mentioned it earlier, but didn't get that great a chance to really flesh out the idea. Also, we cannot go up this what's this word, up the pyramid to really focus on it. But we don't get to look at it very much. But the problem is, and this is the problem with Ninja Gaiden storytelling for the first and second game. Oh no. Hello guys, how you doing? Yeah, not gonna lie, I don't remember how to actually fight these guys. You actually only fight them here. If my memory serves correctly, you don't fight these guys anywhere but here. And as you do more damage to them, yes, they do get more and more abilities and whatnot. So be careful with that. Oh right, if you try to do the charge move. You try to do flying swallow, they do that to you. So you have to make use of that way you can. Yep, you saw that right. So when they're inside their white demon form, they're a lot slower, and you can pick them off a little bit easier. And they don't have their own ultimate move to work out on you. So they're a lot easier to deal with, but after they go red demon on you, be prepared for some pain, because they're a lot faster. Luckily, they don't. It's a good idea. It really wasn't, but they will combo lock you, and then they give you pretty big blue ore pickups. So if you know what you're doing, you can pretty much probably max out your health on this. But they can be aggressive, and they will nullify a lot of your more useful attacks. So just be wary of that. What do we get from here? We got Serpent, deity of creation. Not very unceremonious. And the pyramid rises. Yeah, that's like the whole pyramid rose, and you can no longer go out the back there. So yeah, take a look here. What do we get? Serpent, deity of creation. One of the sculptures that portray the 5 great deities. This one depicts the serpent. We have lightning. I can only assume like spirit. and whatever the heck that is. So yeah, open this up and through the pyramid we go. Why there's a Mayan pyramid in, well, what I can only assume is Russia land. I'll have no idea. But yeah, I want to go going back to my previous to one of my previous thoughts. It's supposed to be heavily implied that the true dragon sword awakened Alma's inner self, awakened who she really is. Doku spirit. Okay then. Let me guess. The door is locked. On the door, there is a griffin symbol. Okay, so you need a griffin key. So yeah. But yeah, no, it's heavily implied that the true dragon sword awoke Alma's actual self, like it actually saved her. That's supposed to be the hint. That's what they're hinting at happened. But once again, due to the minimalist style, well, not even minimalist style, it's more style over substance really than anything else with storytelling, it doesn't come off like that. It doesn't read like that, you know? Oh great, another teleporter. More? Nope. Okay. And yeah, but due to the lack of information they tell you, it just kind of comes. That's just how it comes off as. And once again, this is I believe due to the game director for both this and Dead or Alive.
Welcome to the hellish depths of the Fiend Realm. The question is, can you defeat me?
Yes, we got another boss gauntlet here. Well, not a gauntlet, but another boss gauntlet. We got another fight gauntlet here. But luckily, the true dragon sword here is we can do a little bit more damage to these guys. And yeah, that's the true dragon sword's special. So yeah, just keep that in mind. But and yes, the arena does rise up as you get closer to the edges here. I kind of like the effect. With the arena walls anyway. But yeah, they don't really give you a lot of information in the cutscenes. You just are led to assume this. I guess it's a I wonder if it was a narrative trope in like maybe Japanese culture. See that it? Sweet, we got a demon chest. What's in the chest? He's not hovering around anymore. Okay. Griffin key, nice. But we don't get a lot of information with regards to what the true dragon sword is. We know what the dark dragon sword is due to the that elaborate info, that elaborate intro that we got that plays every time you boot the game up. But beyond that, we don't really get a lot of information with regards to what these weapons are, or what they're supposed to do, or supposed to represent. It would be nice if we knew that's what it did, and it's supposed to be heavily hinted at that that's what it does, but there's only so much you can show and not tell. You know what I mean? If you've been around the internet for any long period of time, or if you've taken a writing class for like movies and games, a common these things, a common word you'll hear is show, don't tell. I don't wholly agree with that. I think that mindset ignores get off of me. Yeah, these ghost piranhas are very annoying. What happens is if you attack one, every single one in the area comes flying at you. and you have to essentially do the same way to get off them that you would for most of the bosses with grabs. Oh, come on. You went through the wall. I mean, yeah, he's a ghost, but still. Are we done with the ghosts? Nope, no, we're not. But as you can tell, yes, you are going to get bombarded by these things, and they are annoying. Because I honestly God think that they overdid it with these enemies. Let me go through here. I think I forgot something. Okay, that's what I thought. Ancient fish like shrouded phantoms. You must harness the fury of your flail to destroy them. Just remember to keep your wits about you. Now, I don't believe this was in the original game. I think they added it in because I think they got a lot of complaints about how just ludicrously difficult it was, or at least just how much they came at you. Now, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to like kill one, charge your flail up, and then do damage. That's what you're supposed to do. Easier said than done. And you're gonna be dealing with a lot of these things, so be prepared. Got a little maze right here, so we're gonna go left here. You want to explore anything, so. Let's see here. Door's locked, you need a lion symbol. Okay, so you need a lion key to get through this door. But yeah, but going back to my previous statement, they, I feel like it's because it's like, if you've been, depending on where you grow up in, you can kind of assume what some tropes are and what some things are meant to represent. For instance, if you're just playing Ninja Gaiden, they don't give you a lot of information. There we go. Okay, and for some reason, Egyptian-themed cats. Okay, these enemies are also annoying too. And yes, they did get the Egyptian cat's boobies. But my going back to what I was trying to say, they don't give you enough to go on to really make the connection. I think you just have to understand that in Japanese culture, the Magatama is supposed to be a representation of. Oh, get the lion head key. Nice. It's supposed to be a representation. Or supposed to be tied to spiritual beliefs. Not to mention that, you know, these lovers. Go to Blazer, you just love them. Yeah, I'm gonna need to go into here. Because if I try to do this in common, I'm going to get killed. Yes, so. And down you go. Okay. That doesn't work. But yeah, no, they're gonna make this hard for you. But yeah, like once again, you have to understand that, you know, we get it from a shrine maiden, which as far as I can tell, you don't learn a lot about that shrine maiden. I believe that you learn about her in Ninja Gaiden Dragon Sword, I believe, which is a DS exclusive. Oh, we don't want to go here just yet. Which I believe is a DS exclusive where you play as, I believe you either play as Momiji and they introduce her, and I believe in Ninja Gaiden 2. Or you play as Ryu trying to save Momiji, because Momiji becomes damsel in distress pretty fast. What's the other thing? Gaiden's Diary. January 14th. I have arrived in Vigor in search of the Dark Dragon Blade, leading a group of my comrades. February 18th, so over a month later. I have succeeded in infiltrating the Imperial Palace. I must accept that my comrades have all been slain, except for Dai. Yes, he must certainly still be alive. I am sure he is hurrying to meet me at this moment, with the key to the palace core firmly in hand. I must join up with Dai as soon as possible. Then plan our attack on the Emperor. February 29th. So a little over 2 weeks later. I have not been able to contact Dai, but it does not matter. His fate must be slivered to mine. Yeah, these Black Spider ninjas got effed up. But yeah, going back to that. Oh, this was okay. This was no more item can be used. Oh, okay, so I only have 3 of these. Okay, so I guess I'll use some of my Nympho up in the next couple of fights, and I'll come back for this. But yeah, and I believe in Dragon, so I believe you play as her or Ryu, and you have to use the stylus to move and do your attacks. It was very, very gimmicky. I think it's the only Ninja Gaiden I have not played, I want to say. But regardless, I believe in Dragon Sword. It elaborates on who the character is at the beginning of the game, who just looks pretty and dies. That's all she really does. And this Megatama she leaves behind is the Megatama that awakens the true power of the Dragon Sword. That's literally the whole point of her being a Shrine Maiden, is just to hold on to this artifact and, make sure that whoever needs it gets it. And I believe in Dragon Sword, it elaborates that her name was, I want to say her name was Kureha. I want to say that's her blade. It's Kureha, I want to say. And it elaborates that she is Momiji's older sister, and she goes to visit the grave, and just kind of think. I think one day while she's visiting the grave, she either is attacked or finds that it's been defiled and they've been desecrated, and they go on this whole elaborate thing to get it to retrieve something. I can't remember what it was. Once again, there's one of the games I have not played. I was afraid I'd lose a lot. Get off of me. Okay, come on, Ryu. I got the right guys. Get off. They really don't time as well. Come on. Come on. I guess that's it for right now. But yeah, they elaborate that her name is Kureha. She's supposedly Momiji's older sister, and I think they're trying to hint that, and I believe this might just be like a fan speculation or just something I misread, but I believe that they were trying to hint that Kureha may have been like Ryu's fiance at one point, or something to that effect. or something to that effect. But yeah, I believe they were trying to hint that she might have been like a love interest for Ryu. But the problem with that is they make like dang near like I believe unless they're like the DOA girls, and even then that's even then I'm not 100% certain on that one. But I believe unless it's like the DOA girls, they try to hint that like every single female lead or supporting character or whoever in Ninja Gaiden is just out to jump Ryu's bones, you know? And I'm not gonna lie, I don't really get it. Because it's like, come on. But yeah, I don't really get it because there's Ryu has the personality of a wooden plank. Okay, I mean, don't get me wrong. I enjoy his stoicness because I mean I think it works very. Ooh, we got more scarabs, and we got enough to upgrade the wooden swords. Let's go ahead and work this out. 40,000. Okay, that's doable. That's actually doable. But yeah, Ryu has the personality of a wooden board, you know? And it sucks to say that because he's one of my favorite video game characters just because of his look alone. But even I have to admit that he doesn't get a lot of depth. And the one thing that I do praise modern Team Ninja for now is for their characterization of Ryu Hayabusa because they at least give him a character. They give him something to work with, you know? Yes, they wanted to do this whole thing with Ninja Gaiden 3. They wanted to, well, I'll say that for when we get to Ninja Gaiden 3 because I think it's an interesting case study of like the changing priorities of Team Ninja as a studio. Because once they lost the I guess for all intents and purposes the figurehead behind a lot of their come on. I need all that get out and I'm not me. Get off of me. But yeah, I believe like once they lost like essentially the stylistic lead, like the lead developer for their game franchise, a lot of the series took a noticeable change in direction and style. And it went from being stylistic to actually being like narrative focused, you know. And I've gone over this I think a couple of times, but how do we get on this tangent? Right, they're not explaining how or why Ryu's Dragon Sword changed Alma. Once again, they don't give you enough to really go off of. There's not a lot of explaining. In the show don't tell principle, yes, I understand it, but it can also be in my opinion, a detriment because if you adhere to it too much, then some of the context is lost. You gotta drop just enough hints throughout a story to be able to allow the audience to make reasonable conclusions as to what can happen. For instance, if I wasn't such a culture guy growing up, like if I didn't want to like research like the mythology behind certain certain ethnic groups and whatnot, I would not know what happened. I just had to assume that Alma just randomly turned good from the beatdown. But once again, if you know enough about Japanese mythology or Japanese history and culture, you would know that once Ryu stuck that Magatama to the end of his blade, he essentially purified her spirit when he hit her with it. So yes, technically hitting her with the sword did work, but it was more specific than that. But that context is lost because if you don't have that context, you don't make that connection. And we'll get more into that next time. Yeah, we'll get more into that next time. I've been Anansi, you've been awesome, and look forward to my next TED Talk about story. Oh joy. Deuces!